Holy catfish! It's the aquaponics lady.
G'day. If you're anything like us down south, you're going from winter into spring and your fish have not been eating, unless you've got trout, but generally if your fish have not been eating all winter, it's getting a bit warmer and they're going, yum, I'm hungry, food, because mine are, though mine did feed through winter, and trout will absolutely loved winter, but all of the other fishes, they'd be sitting there going, food, give us food, and you're going, hey, they haven't been eating all winter, I've been worried about them and I'm going to start giving them food, which is awesome, and you need to do that, but we need to be aware of making sure that we still do our water quality testing, especially now with things changing and you starting to increase food again. All of that bacteria that was working will have gone dormant over winter, and for it to wake up again, it needs ammonia to start kicking in. But if you start putting too much feed in there, and especially if the fish are not used to eating too much, and you start putting food in there, you're going to end up getting ammonia spikes. So hopefully you understand by now how the water quality works. So this is ammonia, and we are showing that I do actually have ammonia in this vial. And it's very common because fish have not been eating. We've got all excited because they've started eating and we're feeding them. And the bacteria needs to wake up and it needs to kick in, it needs to start doing its thing again. So we need to just make sure that when we're feeding it, we're still keeping an eye on our water quality. So that might mean that you're testing it a little bit more frequently, or it might mean that you're increasing the amount of food a little bit each day rather than all at once. I don't know what it's like for you, but I know that I've gone for various periods of time without much food, and then you're really absolutely starving, and you eat a bit too much. And even though you used to be able to eat that much, you're not able to eat now, your stomach's kind of shrunk a little bit, and you'll keep eating and then you'll be sick. It was like that when I adopted a dog. He was starved really badly, and I got him home and he was just hungry. Little dog, I should have known better. Well, knee-high dog. And he was just so hungry, and then he vomited everything up. And then he went, bugger that, and he went and ate more. And did the exact same thing, and I didn't clue in quick enough that I needed to increase his food slowly. It's very much the same with our fish. They may not vomit it up. Well, they might. I actually don't know if the fish do vomit or not. I don't think they do, but you never know, they might. But that fish food might be going unwasted and sitting in your system somewhere, and that's just a waste of food, so we don't really want to be doing that. Or you could be getting ammonia spikes. That could be a hell of a lot worse. Because the bacteria are dominant and waking up and going, oh, suddenly there's ammonia there. Oh my gosh, okay, great, woohoo. But it still takes them time to get their ass into gear as well. Okay, so with the change of seasons, you need to be sure, keep an eye on your water quality, because it will start changing. And all you need to do there is test it and balance out how much food to then increase. Just increase it slowly, you'll get back to them being normal within a week or two. Doesn't take long, but if you get really bad ammonia, or really bad nitrite, really bad water quality, your fish could easily be dying because of that. Okay, we don't want that. The other thing to be careful of, especially when you're coming back into spring and summer, algae. Okay, so if you've got that ammonia present in your system, or even the nitrate, even the whole thing, and you haven't prepared for it, and we're getting so much more sun now, which is absolutely glorious, isn't it? It's glorious. But that means you're going to get an increase in algae in your water. And if anything happens and that algae starts to die off, well, it's going to affect your water quality. Algae will also use the nitrate in your system and taking it away from your veggies. And now want the nitrate for our veggies, we don't want it for the algae. So, it is mindful of keeping the sun off your water as much as possible. So enclosing your sump, enclosing your tank, making sure that there's enough shade to try to keep as much of that sunlight off the water, because you will end up with algae everywhere. And the final thing about algae, and there is a video to look at what do I do about freshwater, or what do I do about algae in the aquaponics system, and it's up in this link up here. Excuse me. Algae will use the oxygen within your aquaponics system, day and night. So that means you either need to add more oxygen into your system, or you need to make sure that you don't have algae in there. You need to be mindful of it, okay? Algae it will kill your fish. It is a big problem in the system eventually. Straight off, if you've got a tiny bit of algae, no biggie. But it will get to the point of being dangerous and damaging towards your fish. Okay, so woohoo, our fish are feeding again. But we do have to be mindful of our water testing, because we don't want the ammonia spikes happening and we don't want our fish dying. Okay? Alrighty, see you next time. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions or comments, make sure you do leave them below. And hit that subscribe button so you can find out when I've got more videos being posted. And don't forget to follow me on other social media, because I do different lives on different social media on different days. So, again, thank you for watching. I really value and appreciate your time, and I hope you enjoyed it.